Hey everybody, this is Daisy Princess 2004. You may think that's the number of string tricks I know, but it's actually the year I was born. Good to see everybody again. Today I've got a pretty simple trick that has a pretty interesting starting point because, well, first of all you need a string. Mine's about the width of my arms, which you can't even see on your screen. But you need a pretty long one for this. And so I've got my loop, the full loop, like this, hanging from my hands, because we need it just doubled up. So doubled up, still pretty long here, and I'm going to take this doubled up loop, and you start off with it just hanging around your neck. And the next thing I do is you want these two loops around your neck. You want one a little longer than the other. And I am having some difficulty showing you all this. We'll try this. So you can see we got one of my loops here longer than the other. So I'm gonna take this longer loop, and remember they are the same loop, but I'm gonna refer to them as if they're two here. So I'm gonna take this longer one and get in position 1. Pretty simple. Then we go and even do opening A. So I got sort of a little opening A there. You'll note since it's around my neck, it looks different up here because I don't have the string connecting here, but that's okay. So it's like opening A with my head in it. See, all the way around my neck. And then what I do is I drop my pinkies out, because then I need to reach all the way back over and get that smaller loop on my pinkies. And so that smaller loop I just pulled onto my pinkies. It's on top of all these other strings here. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we've got these two index loops, and we're going to switch them. So I'm going to take my right pointer and put it in that left loop. So that one's free, and then I'm going to reach around, take off that bottom one that was originally on my right, switch that to my left. So those just switched places there. And then I find it easier to drop my thumbs out, so I'm going to want their help. I'm going to go in through this index loop. Oh, don't want to lose that. I'm going to go in through this index loop, pull the pinky off of my pinky, pull it through the index loop, and then put my pinky back in. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Reach in into my index loop, pull off the pinky, pull it back through the index loop, put it back on my pinky. And then I can actually drop my pointer fingers out, my index. Because that is Chest Ornament. It's hard for you all to see it all at once, but it's just hanging out around my neck. Just a close-up of the bottom. Pretty groovy, right? And that one you can just wear around your neck. When you want to dissolve it, you can just start at the top. It doesn't usually tangle. But then you got a double loop hanging around your neck, which is a lot of times how I wear my string anyway. So someone asks me about my strings that I'm wearing around my neck, I'll say, oh, here, let me show you a trick real quick, and I don't even have to take them off my neck. I just do the whole thing right there. Oh yeah, you weren't able to see really any of that, but got my pointer, or got my chest ornament. Sometimes I like to do some adjustment there, so those are separate on the bottom because I think that looks cool. But yeah, that's called a chest ornament, which there's a couple origins for that piece. Haddon, there's a book by Haddon in which that's a very similar to that trick. It's called the bed, or kitala, and it's from somewhere in Central Africa. It's also called sumo, a fishing net, or some guy named Parkinson collected it from the Yoruba people, and it was called ebuson, the white man's camp bed. But that version that I did was collected from Papua New Guinea, and it's in this book by Darsie. I know Papua New Guinea has like thousands of islands and societies, but that's all the information he gave me. Anyway, that's the chest ornament. It's a pretty cool trick, I think. Enjoy!